Hello, everybody. This is Howard Fox, host of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, and I am out here in the beautiful the Newberry Springs area. I'm actually, though, standing in the middle of a pistachio farm, and this was not on my bingo card today, but I am very happy about it. I'm going to learn a little bit not only about pistachio farming and the intricacies that make it a success, but also about the individual who's really, this is an investment in the community. The knowledge that he is bringing to the table, and to not only to be a successful entrepreneur, but also to help increase the vibrancy of the economics of being in this community of California. And I have the pleasure of introducing you to Keller Horton. Keller, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing today?
Great. Good to meet you. Thank you for coming out here.
It's my pleasure. So first off, we are in the middle of a pistachio farm, and at first I thought this was a wine vineyard, but I guess, would you call it a farm, a vineyard, what would you call this?
Grove.
Grove.
I'd call it a pistachio grove.
Pistachio
myself.
grove. And how long have you been a part of this community?
I bought my land 12 years ago.
Okay.
And I moved on to my land a year and 5 months ago.
Okay.
And that's a different parcel of land when I say my land.
Right.
I moved on to this land October of 2025.
Wow.
So I've been here about 4 months.
Oh my, so this,
Maybe 5, yeah.
okay. What brought you out to this community in this area? Did you grow up here? Did you discover it in your travels?
So I had no idea where Newberry Springs was or that it even existed
Okay.
until I got an ad from Land and Farm
Okay.
magazine that there was land for sale in Newberry, and I bought 40 acres for $27,000. That was 12 years ago. And I started seeding that land with wildflowers and what we call nitrogen fixers, species that inject nitrogen fertilizer into the ground naturally.
Okay.
And it was taking the county too long to review the plans for my house there. And I needed a place to live
Sure.
because I was living in a trailer on that land in the 110-degree heat with a trailer that heated up to about 150 degrees
It's like
by nightfall.
being in a sauna full time, I think.
And it was awful.
Yes.
So several people put me up and allowed me to figure out what's going on. And this house and this orchard came on the market.
Okay.
So I bought it right away. And the guy who sold it, I know him. And he was hoping to sell to a person that wanted to prosper this land and not have it bulldozed and turned into some sort of a solar farm or something.
Right.
So
Yeah. No, I love the fact of, again, we are in the middle of this grove, and what attracted you to the idea of having this grove and cultivating it, being contributing to the land as opposed to taking away from it? What type of background experience helped you kind of make that decision?
So I'm a certified permaculture designer. I went to school in Jordan to the International Permaculture Research Institute. And I then had clients in the Middle East for a long time. And I had this land out on the other side of town. And when this piece that we're standing in right now came up, I just jumped on it. Irrigation system already there, house there, barns there, trees that I can work with there. Now I design ecosystems and food forests.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're looking at, what you're seeing, is the beginnings of a food forest. In 5 years, there will be 20 different species of trees here, just pistachio.
Okay.
And there will be 50 different species of berries and vegetables and crops and grasses and other things that provide an ecosystem surrounding every single tree. And every single tree will have at least 30 species around it that are contributing to a little ecosystem that makes this tree prosper more than it ever dreamed of prospering.
I've had the pleasure, and I cannot remember the names right off the top, of having a couple of permaculturist on the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. The idea of creating the education, a way to support the land, support the growth of fruits, vegetables, trees, and not destroying it through the use of chemicals. And so everything that you're doing, what you're sharing is about creating this ecosystem so every one of these trees basically has a constant source of food and energy to grow.
And creatures
And
that
creatures.
help it stay healthy. So goal is to wean ourselves off chemical fertilizers,
Right.
insecticides, fungicides, all of it, and put the proper fungi and bacteria into the ground. Step one for that is at least a foot of mulch. And on those 110-degree days that go 3 days in a row and the soil reaches 160 degrees to touch, you dig down in my soil and it will be cool as a cucumber. And on those frozen 23-degree Fahrenheit nights, there's going to be a foot of insulation.
Right.
And so that soil will not be freezing. Those roots will not be freezing. And that's one of the cornerstones of a permaculture design, is that blanket of mulch that's turning rapidly into forest soil because of all the bacteria and fungi that I'm introducing into the mulch.
As an expert, I will say expert in this field, and taking on this land and this project, do you find that others in the community, are they interested? Are they excited about what's happening? Or sometimes we can feel like we're a salmon swimming upstream.
Right.
Okay. How do you feel about, how's the community embracing this idea? Like, we can turn this, like you're in Jordan or
Right.
Israel, turn desert into the fields of flowers and fruits and vegetables, which is what you're doing here.
So what's interesting is in Jordan, in any country, farmers will say, well, that's not how we do it. It's always been done our way. And I'll say, how's that working for you? How much money are you earning every year after you pay for all those chemicals and all that water that you're using up? How much do you earn? And then I will give them a tour of a facility, and that's what this property will be.
Mm-hmm.
Is a demonstration facility. It's the farmers. It is like pulling teeth.
Right.
They immediately say, well, organic farming doesn't work. I say, this is not organic farming. It has nothing
Nothing
to
to do with it.
organic
Right.
farming. The citizenry in this town are excited as all get out. And they want to have a permaculture system that's anywhere from 20 by 20 feet to covering their whole 5-acre property. They're excited to get going on it. And it's funny because I'll make a list of things for them to do and they'll do 4 or 5 of them and they'll say, well, everything died. Well, did you have a foot of mulch? Well, no. Well, everything died then, didn't it?
Yeah.
Your soil heated up.
Is there also an opportunity to take this knowledge and experience in creating a living lab to provide opportunities, say, in the community college or vocational college, university, to help them come here and learn and explore with you?
So community colleges and universities have grabbed onto the permaculture experience and are teaching courses. And when I get this set up, as you can see, there's a lot of branches covering trenches here. Branches will eventually be chipped into mulch. And the trenches they cover are full of seeds that will produce wildflowers as well as nitrogen-fixing cover crops, as we call them. And that's my first effort. And then every single one of these trenches between these trees will then have a nitrogen-fixing tree, like a mesquite or an acacia. And then in a few years from now, there will be fruit trees and berry bushes added, along with a full ecosystem around every tree, one step at a time.
It seems to me not only have hope, but also a vision for the future where we're not taking from the land, but we're giving back to it and sustaining.
And I will welcome community college courses, university courses, and I've had a couple of community college professors out here who are just amazing folks, and they are ready to work with me, and they're helping me with different species. And I have 20 acres that you see here that are pistachio, and I have 20 acres that lie fallow that are going to be planted in native trees and flowers and bushes that support bees and that will send their seeds all over this valley. And the goal of the state and the community colleges is to get many of those setups in every town. And so I'm eager to be part of that.
Excellent. If our listening community would like to learn more about you, the work, where would you suggest they go?
Well, they could go to Amazon.com and buy my book, and it's called Dr. Keller Horton's Guide to Trees and Shrubs for Dry Land and Permaculture. And it has a list of books that I trained on in it. So they could go from there and learn so much. And there are multiple videos out there. A person doesn't have to enter on YouTube dryland permaculture. They can simply enter permaculture on whatever county they're interested in learning about, and there will be a permaculture site there.
I love it. I love it. Dr. Horton, Keller, thank you so much for spending time with us and really helping to, like with Carla Claus, and introducing me to the Newberry Springs community and coming out here celebrating Route 66, the 100th anniversary, but also really connecting with members of the community like yourself that are really helping to make this an area that not only is thriving, but will continue to thrive and grow. And the work that you're doing with permaculture, I mean, it's very interesting to me. It's a topic that has been on my podcast before. I'll have to share those episodes with you, and it's exciting for me to be able to share that back with the community. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. All right, folks, this is Howard Fox. I am out here in this beautiful grove of pistachio trees and I learned something today. I wish my mom, may she rest in peace. We used to come back from school and your mom and dad would say, Howard, what did you learn today? I learned stuff today, and that's important. And this whole topic of permaculture, from my perspective, is very exciting. I've had lovely guests on who are very passionate about teaching the people, helping the land to heal itself and also to grow and thrive, whether it's trees, fruits and vegetables, the wildlife. And it's so very important. And so I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to provide backlinks to Keller's book and from Amazon. And also, if you want to learn more about this, we'll have some other links in our show notes. Until next time, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a fantastic day. And we look forward to sharing with you another episode from Newberry Springs and this wonderful community as we celebrate the 100th anniversary of Route 66. Take care now.